I call the honourable member Kevin Haig.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. The Green Party has devoted a lot of time to considering and analysing the evidence and arguments that have been made on the various sides of this debate. We believe that much of the support for raising the age has arisen from the inadequacy of other measures in the bill, but we don't believe that that is a good basis for changing this part of the law. Today, 13 of us will vote to retain the current purchase age of 18, while Kennedy Graham will cast a proxy vote for 20. None of us support the split age that is currently provided for in the bill. It started out, no doubt, as a way to find a politically acceptable compromise between 18 and 20, and a politically hot debate between those two. But what's happened, sir, is that political solutions also have practical consequences, and over the time that this option has been on the table, members of this House, I think, have started to think through what those practical consequences have been or will be, and that is why support for the split age has been steadily falling. Rather than a common sense compromise, the proposed split age is actually muddled. There is no evidence at all to support it. It doesn't seem to have been successful anywhere. It has enforcement problems. It will force new drinkers into licensed premises where their role models for drinking will be the dysfunctional drinking culture of the rest of us. And, sir, of particular concern to me as a member who lives in a rural area is that it will create the likelihood of increased drunk driving as young people are forced to go to licensed premises that are some distance away from their homes in order to drink. So this business of evidence is important to us. We believe in evidence-based policy and in approaching all drugs, including alcohol, in a consistent way, with regulation appropriate to the harms caused. We're concerned to reduce alcohol-related harm, as I'm sure everyone is, but New Zealand's drinking problem is not specifically a youth drinking problem, as Tau Hinare has said. It is a problem of culture shared by us all. The issue has been cast as a youth problem to divert attention away from the wider culture and to facilitate the denial of older New Zealanders like me that we have a problem. That is called scapegoating. The evidence is that less than 10% of the binge drinking that occurs in New Zealand occurs from the young people we're discussing today. Less than 10%. And that drinking by young people is in fact on the wane. Drinking by 18 and 19-year-olds is in fact lower than it was before the age was in fact dropped from 20. If we approach... It's not what the Law Commission found, but it is what the research has found, sir. If we approach the issues with clear heads ourselves and are not swayed by the moral panic around young people that characterises much of the public debate, we must conclude that the problem is a broad societal one and solutions must address that. And, sir, that's what public health thinking tells us too. Public health thinking says if we want to change something, we have more effective interventions by changing the norms of the whole of the population rather than trying to target a specific sector of the population. There is very solid evidence behind interventions to increase price, restrict location and hours, restrict advertising and sponsorship. Those interventions, sir, will reduce harm across the whole population, including the harm caused to young people. In fact, they will be more effective than reducing the purchase age. Almost everyone, sir, says that they don't believe in prohibition. But what this bill proposes is, in fact, to impose a form of prohibition on a particular selected group. And, sir, that is just wrong. What we need to do instead is to actually cast a balance between the freedom of individuals, between individual autonomy and harm reduction. If I, at 52, can make a decision to engage in behaviour that causes me some harm, why ought not the 18-year-old to be able to do that? And those who oppose that will say, oh yes, but you've got all of this experience and wisdom at your age. But, sir, the reality is Dennis O'Rourke has already given the list of things that we already allow those 18 and 19-year-olds to do.
I call the honourable member Charles Chauvel.
Thank you very much, Mr Chairman. Mr Chairman, I want to just begin by acknowledging the Minister and the Chair